見て見て。見えだよ。I could be a might have been into the training probably got the 3-5 languages. Made a Mieko. Hi. Hi, everybody. It feels so quiet today. I don't know what's up. Like, I mean, not quiet in chat. I mean, quiet in like the world. It's like there's no sounds. There's like I haven't really heard any cars go by. I haven't heard like any construction sounds. I haven't heard like bug sounds. Like it's just quiet. And no one's really messaged me either today. Like I was looking at the Discord and it was like really quiet and there was no like unread messages. And then I looked at my phone for like WhatsApp and like my family group chat. Also no unread messages. And I was just like, where is everybody? Has the apocalypse begun? It was kind of scary. Just no one was around. Hi. That's how my morning is, guys. How is everybody? Let me see who's here today. Let me see. Yummy, Brian, the Naz, Beck. Hello, hello. Hi, Brian. Hi, Volga. Hi, Noor. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Joe. Hi, Havok. Hello. 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 Hi, Jenna. Hi, Abdak. Hello, Aji. Hello. Very philosophical. You want us to mention so you know the world is still there? I mean, in Discord, that'd be very nice. I just feel like it's so quiet. Like, everyone's not here or something. I don't know. Clearly, you guys are all in chat, so I know it's not like you're not alive or anything. I just mean it's like the place that I'm in, vibes are just really quiet, and also social media and everything has been very quiet. Hi, Ria. You feel it too? Okay, so it's not just me. See, it's not just me. And it's like not like a. It's also how do I explain this? It's like the air feels very stale. You know, that's the way that the books would describe this feeling. It's just stale, perhaps a little too quiet. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, LG. That sounds terrible. You wish it were quiet for you? I feel like there's days where you want that, and there's days where it feels a bit eerie. You know? Because I like quiet days too. But it's quiet days where it's like, I know where everybody is, and I'm like, yes, the house is all mine. And no one else is to bother, you know? No. You find it relaxing. Relaxing is good. Relaxing is good. Well, today's stream is all about that relaxing, but also we're gonna be doing some arting. It's gonna be a scuffed art lesson today from me. And to be fully honest, I didn't think it through. I'm honest, this is why it's scuffed. I wanted it to be slightly scuffed. So I didn't think it through too much. I've been in my head thinking, okay, this is how I want to like showcase things or to talk about thing, but I haven't like what's the word? I didn't come up with like a step-by-step guide or anything like that. Cause I think it's more important that I listen to what chat has to say when I draw something and what they want to learn versus like I just tell you how to do a thing. Yeah. Well, I never said I would teach you how to draw a booty specifically. It's just that you see the thumbnail and it's the tenchi butt. And I could teach you how to draw a booty. I could teach you how to draw a booty. Well, we can leave that for the end because it's really simple. it would be too simple. Yeah. I gotta save the too simple stuff for the very end, you know? Things that I want to teach you how to draw multiple things today. I don't want to just teach you one thing. I want to teach you multiple things. And not even like How do I word this? I don't want to teach you guys how to draw like a face or something because everybody has a different way of doing that. So I was thinking, like I was gonna teach you guys how to draw maybe like my hair for the new outfit because it's fairly simple, or how to draw like little assets and stuff that I have on my model, so you guys could work that out, you know? Raw and unfiltered, exactly. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Ah. I think like it does have a giant hammer. I think that with art, before I start drawing things and teaching you guys how to draw things, remember you will also need to follow along with me. Because if you don't, then I don't know what I'm doing, and I need you to ask me questions or like tell me what you don't understand while I explain things. Because if not, then I'm not gonna know what to do. But let me pin a thing. Actually, no, I don't guess I don't have to pin it. I don't have to pin it. You can pin it later. But what I think I've mentioned it a lot over the past couple of streams how I wanted to approach this. What's the word? Like when people first start drawing, they're not good at it, and that is okay. I wasn't good at it. I didn't understand it. Brain didn't know how to break things down, and I did not want to be an artist for a very long time. But when I was younger, my parents, they sent me to art class, and it wasn't like, what's the word? I felt like a little kid drawing. I didn't actually feel like I was learning anything. I don't feel like I learned anything anyway. So when I was a little bit older, I started drawing anime characters like chibis and stuff by myself, and only then was I like, okay. There was actually one time I was actually almost on my period. I did some art. It was my very first fully drawn chibis on an A4 sheet of paper, like it was pen and paper. My dad used the printer and thought it was a scrap piece of paper with my doodles on it and decided to use it to print out something. And I was just like, you ruined it! My very first artwork, you ruined it! And I burst into tears. And he was just like, I'll scan it and print it out for you again, that one side. It's okay. I'm like, no, it's not, because the actual art that I did is no longer, you know, usable. And I was like, I put so much effort into those chibis that I drew. And he did that, and I broke down because I was like, my art has no meaning. You didn't even care about it. You didn't even look. Clearly my art isn't even that noticeable. Or like, you didn't even think about what you were doing. I got really upset, and I bawled my eyes out for a very long time after that. But my dad, he tried, you know? He was just like, I'll scan it and print it out for you so you can still work on it. So after that, I was like, I'm not drawing on pen and paper again. Because clearly this household doesn't understand or appreciate art. So I never drew on pen and paper after that. I just did like small doodles in my notebook, but nothing like an actual art piece anymore. Like I didn't even have a sketchbook. I didn't want to draw after that. I just felt so like shut down after that. So I didn't draw. And I know it sounds really like in Cantonese we call it suhei. But it's like you're being very childish or stubborn, or like you're overthinking a lot and you're acting irrationally, basically. I know it was kind of suhei of me, just a little bit. But then I got older and I got an iPad for school. And even though I had an Apple Pencil, I never did the Procreate stuff. Oh, why is my phone freezing? Yeah, I never did Procreate stuff. I never actually learned how to use digital art things on my iPad, even though the resources were right there. Um, I hated art so much at that point that I was like, I could never. And my entire life, I was also told my sister was better at art than me. So I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna try. Because I didn't want to be like a copy of her. I feel like a lot of people around me wanted me to be a copy of her, where it's like I was good at art and good at just like language things at the time, like good at Chinese or something at the time, or like real pretty, tall, and dressed nice. Like I didn't want that, so I was just like, I'm not gonna art. I'm not gonna do art in school. No, no, no. And so I did music instead, and I was happy doing music. You know, I was happy being an artistic kid. But I think, well, I wouldn't say artistic, musical kid, more musical kid. But like, I did feel kind of like I wanted to draw again when I became a VTuber because I was being cheap and was like, I am going to learn how to draw to save money. And learning how to draw to save money is one way to feel motivated about it, you know? That's one way to go about it. We like free things. We like free things. We like not having to throw money if possible. If you don't have much money. So, for a very long time, I just drew scuffed emotes on Medibang, which now has ads, and I'm very upset that now has ads. And I tried Ibis Paint too, but then I downloaded Procreate and was like, okay, I think I like this the best. It just felt very intuitive. The way that you can, what's the word? The way that you can work with the layers and the pens are really, really nice. The different brushes are really, really nice. Compared to the other apps I tried anyway. So, I liked that the most. And I realize now that there's a lot of tutorials online that I could have looked at to learn things. But I realized I never followed them. And I didn't put any like thought into even trying them. I just did it myself. I did a lot of like experimentation with like color stuff and different layer things. But today's stream is gonna be more chill than that. Yeah, we're not gonna go into the fancy detail shit. I'm gonna teach you how to draw cute things that are on my model that I think you guys would wanna know how to draw. Wee wee CC. Okay. Uh, drawing is boring. I'm not gonna like say it's the most exciting fun thing to do because it's not. It's really not, guys. It's really not. It's not that interesting. To be fair, it's very tedious, very boring sometimes because you're drawing the same line over and over and over and over again. So to be fair, it's really not that interesting. I'm not gonna say it's very interesting at all because it's not. Like I the way that I make drawing interesting is get good at it and you draw really stupid things. I personally drew a lot of stupid things when I first started. Like I was never the kid who drew like dicks on the desk or something. And I drew one on my iPad and I felt so proud. You know? You have to start with drawing stupid things that don't make sense. You do. If you don't do that, then it's like, I don't know, you lose the motivation to do it at all. And I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody. Anybody who wants to draw should have fun with it. If you don't have fun with it, that's a very unfortunate thing. Like a butt? I'm 2D. I don't really have a butt on this model. If I was in 3D, then you could have said that. I just find like the part to me that's interesting with art, the way that I stuck with it, and the reason why I want to get good at it is gonna vary from however you think, because I want to get good at art so I can create what I imagine in my head to an accurate degree. You know, like I want what I'm thinking of to come to life, which is why I try and learn a little more. But the thing that keeps it interesting and I don't burn out from art is trying new things. I like trying to draw new things that I would not normally draw. Because then my brain hyper focuses on that thing that I'm trying to learn. And then I do it over and over again. I practice a lot. And I'm like, I think I got it. Kind of like how people draw ruffles. There's many different ways to draw ruffles. Or folds in clothing. Or hair strands. There's many different ways people draw things. But I have a few things that I want to teach you guys today. And I'd like you guys to pick what it is you would like to learn how to draw. Because I have options for you. Let me go over here. Yeah. I like this. Which outfits? Yeah, that way you can see more of the screen and not so much of me. Yeah. I'm just making sure everything's off. Okay. Ta-da! Oh my god, I really needed that sneeze. Whoa. Okay. Out of these 10 things, is there anything that stands out to you that you want me to do first? Big ol' wind up, yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you. I think so much easier when you're happy and passionate about what you're doing. Yeah, I think so too. I just feel like being happy about what I'm doing is what it's like VTubing. I wouldn't be here as a VTuber if I wasn't happy and passionate about it, you know? And I like teaching things. I like showing people things that they thought they couldn't do but can actually do. Remember how I said in the past I wanted to become an occupational therapist? Basically what they do is teach people how to do things and live their life normally after certain incidents happen, you know? And I really, really like teaching things. I'm not the best at it, but I think it's nice to share knowledge, you know? And I grew up knowing that there are illiterate people in the world, people who don't have access to education. So even if I'm not the smartest person, I've always been of the thought that there is knowledge to be shared between people. Even if it's like I meet someone new, they are going to know something that I don't know for sure. Like, there are things that people will know that I don't know. My brain is not always going to be bigger than everybody else's, you know? Hair? Okay, I can teach hair today. Thank you, Gaming. Teaching internet stuff to kids. Well, to be fair, I don't really want to teach kids. There's a reason I'm a streamer that's not family friendly specific. You know, like kids are okay. I like kids, but it doesn't mean I want to teach them. I want to play with kids. Okay, this is how you know I'm not ready for motherhood yet. Is I'd rather play with the kid than teach the kid things. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather not do that. I just want to play with the kid. I'm not gonna like take care of them. You know what I mean? When someone hands me a baby, it is not for me to babysit them and let them go free. It is to play with the kid and cause mayhem and chaos with the kid. Grandma material? No, that'd be hag. I'd be hag. I'm not a hag yet. It's always different when it's your own. I've wondered that, you know, like if I had my own baby, would I be okay with giving my kid to someone to babysit? I wonder that. I mean, I'll probably be okay with handing them off to like my parents or something, but I'm like, realistically, I don't know if I'm okay with handing my baby off to some random person I don't know. You know, I'm gonna require updates on the baby. Or something. I think it's just me. I want my baby, future baby, to explore the world and be open to strangers. So I don't want to like gatekeep my baby too bad. But at the same time, there's got to be some level of gatekeeping, right? To have the privilege to give back to the parents when they're done for the day. True. But you'd still have to take care of them. I don't really know if I'm down for that. I don't want to take care of things. You know, I'd rather just play. I'm at that age where I have the ability to play. Okay, let me think of so you guys said I gotta circle some of these. Okay. Well, what are we coloring today? I'm sorry. What are we doing today? I assume we'll do hair strands. I could do chibi eyes. I think chibi eyes would be pretty good. It's the way that I do my emote eyes. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, you are still waking up. Let's take our time. I know stars are also really common in VTuber lore things. Ribbons are like a maybe for me. I could teach it. I just gotta figure out how to do that. Button boobies are last. And I guess we could do one of these at the bottom. Just one of them. Because these are the top few that I definitely wanted to do. I'm trying to think if there's any VTubers I know who did that. I know Cozy's mom did that, where they played games and stuff. Not sure about console games. My parents didn't do that. In my entire family, I'm like the first person to actually enjoy games. My uncle even, he likes games, not as much as me though. I'm definitely the gamer of the family now. It's a token name now for my family. What do I want to teach you guys how to draw? Nickel Mimi? Bubble tea? Hammerkun. I don't want to teach all of this. I don't have that much time. Today's stream is not supposed to be incredibly long, okay? I don't know what to do. Let's start with something simple. Let me start with... I don't know. What should I start with? Fuck. I'm being indecisive. Being so indecisive. Let's do stars first. Stars are pretty. We'll do stars first. I'm gonna teach you right here. Because I can. I'm gonna teach you how to draw a star. And I have star colors right there. These are the star colors I'm gonna use. Yeah. Okay. New outfit has star on it. And it's the kind of star that's like... I'm gonna draw it big. It's like... Maybe that's too big. But it's like this kind of star. You know? That kind of star. So... Let's draw it. I'm gonna draw it just facing straight. But... It's literally just a V. And I think the way to get this right... You know, like to get proportions right and stuff, the best way is to use a ruler. I like to eyeball it like that. Yeah, I personally like to eyeball it. Because then, depending on the angle, you can change things. But I think it's good to eyeball it like this. and then you just erase anything that sticks out. This is personally how I like to do it with my what's it called? With my art style, I like doing this more. And if it helps any, the way you can actually make sure it's of the right proportion is like looking at these thingies. I know a lot of people will actually look at the tip here to see if things are proportional, but I would avoid that just because it's a little too far from each other. Your eyes like to focus on very small things. So if you look at the distance here and here, this one's a bit too low. Like I need to shift it up. So there you go. It's a little better. And this one down here is also kind of low. I can either lower this one, I can move this one down, or I can move this one up. And I think at this point, it's just a matter of preference on if you want this part to be longer or not. Lots of VTubers have this symbol, I feel. Like, there's very, very few VTubers who don't have this symbol somewhere on their design. So, it is très importante. I clean up my lines while I do them, I realize too. This is also personal preference, but you don't have to clean them up like I do. I like cleaning. I like cleaning them up. I like my sharp, clean lines. It's kind of hard to achieve that on pen and paper, but it is doable. There's Star. Ta-da! It looks like a Primo gem. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Kind of does look like a Primo gem. So, the other thing for any of you digital art people that I think is pretty useful to do. I'm on wrong layers. Oh wait. Did I do that right? No, I didn't. I did not do the thing. Okay. So, we have outline. Now we have to do base color. And when it comes to art on pen and paper and you don't want to undo and redo things, you have to start with like the lightest colors. And this is why you have to know where your highlights are gonna be. But what I do is just color everything. I color everything in the lightest color that I would use, like the shiny color. Ta-da. Look at that, it's a star. Are you proud of me? I made it. Roll for Riz, no! Not like this. Not like this. Usually go super light before line arting by pressing harder. Ah, it depends on what pencil you're using. Okay, when I drew with like no color, like just a pencil basically, my brain works it mostly works monochrome first. I actually have a better time shading things when it's black and white than colored. Okay. I am going to imagine the light is coming from... Let's do this direction. This is where the sun is. Let's imagine this is where the sun is. So, if I were to cut down the middle, it would look like this. And then I cut down the middle here, it looked like this. Now we have a plus sign. And then I connect here and here. From like the dot to the bends. This is how I do it. Ta-da! Now we have a 3D star! How amazing. behind you, guy. Puts you at the beginning of the stream when you click. Oh no! I hope you get your pulls. Hope you get your chest. Okay. So now we have 3D star. Ooh la la. But we need to shade it. And since the light source is coming this way, that means I have to leave this alone. I leave this one and I leave this one alone. We're not supposed to color that, right? No, no, no. So then I color everything else but that. This is what I color. This one. And then probably this one. There. Okay. And then now I have to think. How many more shades do I have to work with? I usually work with 4. So there's the base one, that's the highlight. And then there's 3 darker colors that I work with. So then I kind of like gradient it as I go. You know? So the darker one would be this one. Next darkest one is... imagine doing all of this on like a few layers. That's wild. It'd be this one, and it'd be... Let me see. I'd say probably here. These two need like a separation. Oh wait, no, wrong one. I drew the wrong one. Brain was facing the other way. There we go. Yeah. And then I picked darkest color, which is this one. This is like the most basic lighting theory stuff that I think most people would kind of understand. But I think unless you have like a step-by-step to know where things go, it's kind of hard to know if you want things to be light or dark. Ta-da! Now we have star, but it don't really look that good, I feel. It don't really look that good. So, what you do is you take the lighter shade, and that's gonna be like a lighter color for the darkest parts, right? Ta-da-da-da. Ooh la la. And then I usually like to add a little bit on the edge like this, because I think it looks cool when you do that. Or like... Ooh! Yeah, it looks cool, doesn't it? It's like the edge. What I would do if this was a pencil and paper is just take an eraser and do it. But you need a really, really small eraser. And when I'm feeling fancy, I'll use white for like the insane shine. Massive shiny. It depends on how much you erase. Much shiny. Much shiny. It's always shinier in the middle, so you want to erase more in the middle. But you want to make sure you leave like a something here, so that's where like the point is. Yeah. That's how I would do it. And if I'm feeling fancy, if I'm feeling even fancier, I will use some of the shades to like add depth to it. So obviously down in the corners here is gonna be a bit darker. So you can add like a little bit of shading to it. Like so. Like a little bit. If you want to emphasize the light, you put something dark behind it. So you could do that if you wanted to. I would put this one maybe here. Ta-da! See, I don't really have the artist brain to do it either. It took a long time. So this is the star that I want to teach you guys how to draw, like... Very, very easy star. But, okay. If it helps what you do... Yeah, let me put this together. What you do... When you don't really know how things work out... You draw a square. I'm gonna use black, but... You draw a square first. And then you, like, add the points in. This is how you get the proportions, like, right? If you don't want to eyeball it... I like to eyeball it. But that's me, right? If you don't like eyeballing it and you want good proportions... You're supposed to draw a square. And mine is not the most proportionate thing because I eyeball it, right? But you're supposed to draw a square. And then from these points, you draw the triangle. Now, if you don't know... Where the triangle... Not the triangle. Where this triangle... How far are you supposed to go? When you struggle with that... Just draw another square. You draw one square outside of another square. And then you add the points in. See? You draw a square. And then you draw another square. And then... If you can find the midpoints... Of the square... Then you can... Like, just draw this... As long as this distance is consistent... Then you're good to start doing the points and adding that. Because then it'll be the same length. This is just geometry! Bless geometry! Double square! Yeah! Double square! Does that help? Oh, this is Procreate. Yeah, I use Procreate. So, if you're on pencil and paper, right? And we had to do this, you would draw the square very, very lightly. And then the second square outside of it, fairly light too. And then boom, 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 boom. There we go. Yeah. And then you would erase the squares. And then color it. Ta-da! This is how you draw nice star. And obviously the lighting and stuff will change depending on where the sun is, but generally anything that's like far away from the light source is dark. Anything from that's closest to the light source is light, right? Simple math. Have you tried Procreate Dreams? Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, but I can use it. I can use it. Okay, so that's the start. Now, the next thing I want to teach you is how to draw a ribbon. You guys excited for draw ribbons? I love drawing ribbons, okay? Ribbons are one of my favorite things to draw. If you look at my jacket... Is the button? No. There. If you look at my jacket, I do have 2 ribbons on the sides. I want to teach you guys how to draw this ribbon. And my ribbon is actually not the most stereotypical ribbon. Stereotypical ribbon I think of is like... You know, that's kind of what the most stereotypical ribbon looks like. Mine does not look like this. Mine does not look like this. I'm gonna teach you guys how to draw fancy ribbon. Okay, and there's actually multiple different ways you can look at ribbons. You can look at them from the front. You can look at them from more of like side perspective. You know? You could look at them like from the top. This is like you looking down at it. Or you could look at it from like the bottom. See? Many different ways you can draw ribbons, but do you see how fast I drew that? It's because ribbons, when you think about ribbons, fundamentally they're just circles, like ovals and squares. Lots of ovals and squares. Okay? So if you were to draw a fancy looking ribbon, you start with a square. And I personally will round out the edges of the square. I just think it looks less boxy that way. But realistically, there actually are some ribbons that have very pointed edges for the middle part. And then what you do is you draw an oval. You like take from the corner here, you draw an oval and you connect it. And from the other side, you draw another oval. It's kind of like bunny ears. And then, instead of drawing a straight line down, what you do is you kind of make like... You know like those bird wings that you used to draw when you were a kid? Like everyone drew birds like this at one point. Just ticks, right? You do that, but like here. Here. Kind of like a Minnie Mouse. And then you connect it. That's how you draw a fancy ribbon. Now you have the inside of the ribbon. So when you shade this, or when you color this in, you do it like that. And now it looks hella cool. What you can do if you're on pencil and paper is also smudge it. And then it doesn't look so... You don't see all the lines and stuff as well. Okay, but there's that, right? And then, if you want to be even fancier, you can add a line here. And even fancier, you add, like, 2 lines like that down the middle. Everything is just made up of lines, I swear. Ta-da! Ta-da! There it is. There's your ribbon. And fancy ribbon, you start from the middle here. Okay, you start from the middle. And you just make like a line up until this point. Like the middle of whatever this is where you stop. From the middle here till here, and then you make a line down. The middle of the bow. That above you. You stop. And then you start here, where this middle is, and then go out. Until however long you really want it to be. It doesn't matter how long it is, but you can make it like yay long, you can make it yay short, doesn't matter. And then after that, you draw another one of these. Where it's like, boop, boop. And then you do it again for this side. Boop, boop. Now we have a fancy ribbon. Wasn't that easy? I'm so good at teaching. Ta-da! There's the ribbon. If I had to draw the ribbon that's on my outfit, it's connected by like a thing here, right? But what it basically is the same concept as this. But instead of it facing forward, it's like to the side a little bit. So you draw like a rectangle, curved rectangle. So like you go round, round, and then connect at the top. Okay? And then you go like out and out. It's like kind of a curve, I guess. And then you make the... Instead of going inward like that, I would actually go outward. Yeah. Like that. Oh yeah, wrong way. Boop, boop. This side is smaller because of the way it's oriented. And then I add curved line here and then curved line here. Look at that. Ooh la la. And then the same thing with the middle stuff. Yep. There's my ribbon. Ta-da! Different angles. Yay! Different angles are kind of hard to master, I think. You kind of have to think of what plane they're in. Like, if I had to draw this facing forward, it would be more symmetrical like this, right? But then as you turn it, this part gets longer. It goes out this way. This part gets smaller and shrinks inwards. And you also have to tilt it up. That's how I ended up with this. 3D thinking is the hard part. Yeah, it takes practice to really think in 3D space, which is why I don't want to go too much into that. But I figured what can really help, if you don't know how to draw things in 3D space, what can really help is thinking where to put this curve. So if I have like... If I draw a ribbon that's just like facing forward, right? Just a regular bow tie. If I think, where do I want it to look? Like, if I want it to tilt down, like, say someone's like leaning over and she has a ribbon, I would draw the oval part, like the curve of it, here. I would draw a second curve inside of it there. If they're looking the other way, like if they're you see the bottom of the ribbon, then you draw the oval down here. That's kind of how I think it, if it's an up and down. If it's left and right, that's a little different. Left and right's a little different. But up and down should be fairly easy, I think, if you just figure out if you want this to be there or this to be here. Once you understand that, then the 3D space is not too bad. When you think in left and right, as in like you're turning left and right, then for the bow, you can go like... This is facing forward. Right? If this is facing forward... If you're facing this way, like if this is my right sleeve, I would... First of all, make this more curved, like the square. It curves to the right because I'm on the right side. So curve it to the right. And then with the actual bow bits, the thing that's facing forward gets longer. The thing closest to you gets longer. So like, longer bow. See how I stretched it out? Like the distance here, this one is shorter. And then I made this one longer. And then this side, the one that's farthest away from you, shrinks. Like you squish it. So instead of drawing it like how I did before, I would squish it. So this length is much shorter. Yeah. And then you can still do the whole like add the curves up and down. It still applies to this. So if I drew the curve here, you could see it like I hope that makes sense. Or like if you want it to look down, you can also add it here. You see the bottom of it. And then you can just figure out how to draw it one way and then flip it. Like you just do the opposite for this side. So like I did it like this. Make this side real long and then this side real short. See? And you'll have ribbons. But yeah, up and down is not as difficult. Left, right is more difficult. At least I think left, right is more difficult. There's them ribbons. Okay. Along with the ribbons, there's actually another thing. Another thing that I wanna say is my ruffles. You see my ruffles on my shirt? There. The ones that are right under my boobies. The ruffles under my boobies. For anybody in the VODs who is also listening, this is very important, okay? The ruffles under my boobies should not be forgotten. They're very important. So, the way you do them, okay, is you draw, like, not a watermelon, but a cantaloupe, maybe? It's a trapezoid. So, like, that. You draw this. I think that's a fairly straightforward shape. And then you just draw multiple trapezoids of varying sizes. You know? That's how you draw them. And then you draw a line between it. And then you curve them. Okay? And you curve them. You give it a booty. You give it an ass crack. This is what you do. You give them ass cracks. And by that, I mean you can actually make them, like... You curve them. And make it less bouncy. Or you could dip them in real good. You know? They could have much space or no space at all. It's up to you. It's a very, very variable thing. Okay? Then you erase lines. These are guidelines. Okay, so now you have your boobies. Okay? And then after that, you draw a line down it. You have to make the ass crack bigger. I personally like to make a triangle up here, because I think it adds a little more depth to it. There we go. Ta-da! The ruffles are in the making. Okay. And then what else you can do to make them look even fancier? Because if this is where like the edge is, right? These are the ruffles I'm trying to make. Instead of it just being a straight line, what you can do is also just add like a little thing like that. And if you do this, you can see like it's like lifting the inside basically. Yeah. Ta-da. And this connects to that. Yeah. See? Now we have ruffles. Ooh la la. Of course this doesn't have to be a straight line. You can like curve this. But it's nice to have the guideline, you know? Cause I like working with shapes. I think shapes are nice. We can choose what thickness we want. Yes. Yes. Shh. I feel like knowing how to shade things is kind of difficult in this situation. Basically, anything that stands out has the sharp edge. Anything that does not stand out will have a softer edge. So you can use finger to do this and like blend this out. So then this looks like it's standing out more than this. That's how you know this butt crack is bigger. See? Or like this side too. This is the one that's closest to the middle of the body that sticks out the most. That's how you know what to shade. Ta-da! Multiple booty cracks. I mean, it kind of looks like a tongue, but I don't think tongues do this at the very end of it. Don't think that's how tongues work. That's my ruffle spiel. I needed this to be known. Alright. What else is there to teach you? Hair! Okay, hair strands. I don't really know how to draw hair strands for men as well as I do for females. But what I think most people struggle with my model is how to draw my hair. So I am going to teach you how to draw my hair. This is from current model. Let's do current model. But let's say ponytail. I'm gonna start with a circle. When I do this myself, I actually start with a circle too. So I have circle. This circle is like the top of my pigtail. Okay? And then what you do is you draw a big line like this. And then this line should go all the way until you hit the inner circle boundary. Okay? I don't think I have enough space. There. Okay, circle inner boundary of that circle. And then you can connect it. I wouldn't say connect it all the way, but like there. And you should think there's another circle here. That's about the same height as this. Yeah. About the same height. Around there. You can't draw circles. Somewhere there-ish. Yeah. Okay. There. And then after that, instead of like... So here's where the curve is, right? You kind of go like... Wait! The other way. You follow this, you leave space. The thing is, you want to have some space. And then it gets more narrow. It's more narrow and narrow and narrow. Oh no, I don't think I have enough space. Let's do it over here. And then when you get down to this point, it's so narrow, you're about to like connect it, right? Well, don't do that. Don't connect it. Don't do this and then create a point. That is not how my hair flows. No, no, no. Instead, what it does is... Okay, so from like... this middle point. I'm trying to emphasize where the turning points are. But this middle section right here. Okay? You make the little C. And it's supposed to start getting narrower, right? And then as you get here, you stop this one. Don't extend this line anymore. You just only do this one. And then you curve the other way. Like that. And then instead of continuing this line, you cut it off and you make a new one. I think I made this one too long anyway. Yeah, you keep going, and then you cut it off and you make a new line. You ignore it. And then you make a V shape. Right there. And then you do it again, but the opposite way. So, like, I wouldn't go all the way to this point. I would maybe, like, stop midway here. Yeah. Somewhere around there. Proportions. Okay? Somewhere around here. Not all the way to the edge of the circle. I would do it again. Boop, boop, boop. And then you cut it off, and then it ends. This is where you end it. You basically have to do it once for each side and then end it. Now I can finally clean this up. Yeah, my hair's weird. I know it is. But that's my hair strand. That's basically my hair strand. Yep, I know. And I had to figure this out by myself too. Honestly. Like... I mean, I didn't draw my model, right? So... it took some time to learn my own hair. But I've drawn it enough times to know. But see, this is only if it's like symmetrical. Not symmetrical, but like it's facing down. You'd have to be able to do it like when it flanks to the side and shit, right? But here, that's the one strand. Now I have multiple strands. Okay, I have multiple strands. The other strand is a little easier to draw. Basically, where this curve is, in the middle of this curve is where you start drawing the next strand. I would say maybe like in the middle and then like plus some, you know? Maybe like 3/4 way down. Yeah, is where I would draw the next strand. It go like 2 semicircle. This one, you do end it. You end it. But then a little bit higher, maybe like also 3/4 of the way down. That's when you start drawing it again. Right? This is how you hair. This is how you Mia hair. And then you do the thing where it's like you keep going and then you cut it off. Yeah. And then you do the thing again where it's like I tapered it too much. Oopsies. Basically, you're just not cutting anything off. You just keep making new strand without like you turn it without cutting it off completely. And I know that's really weird for some people to do, but that is how my hair works. I wasn't the one who decided this. Yeah. And I end it kind of high. But you don't have to end it as high as I do. There. This is supposed to be longer, but I ran out of room. This is meant to end somewhere around here. I just made it extra long. So realistically, I'd probably have this... like... Let's see, maybe like here. That's how long I would have it. Basically one curve above. Bye, Joga! Just as weird as you are, thank you! Thank you, thank you. I think people don't understand my hair because the twists and stuff are not the same. So most people, when they think of a ribbon twisting, it's like... that. And the lines will always basically meet. They will always meet like that. But my hair does not do that. It's really strange in that you kind of have to cut it off like this. And then this part cuts off and this part cuts off. So it's really strange in that it doesn't have like a complete turn. And it looks a little chunkier that way. It looks a little thicker. But this is basically how my hair is made. Yeah, it's like the ribbons have thickness. And I think that is true when you draw hair because my hair is not flat. You know, my hair doesn't curl in a perfect circle like that. Yeah, it looks thick. But this is like fundamentally this is how you draw it. The ribbon stuff. Yeah, I hope that makes it a little bit understandable, a little more easier to understand how my hair works. Because I get that it's very, very complicated. I understand that it's very complicated. But if you know how to draw basic twirls, then it's not impossible to draw my hair. Oui, si, si. Where to place the highlights? Oh, the highlights are easy. I can talk about where to place the highlights. When it comes to the strands, they're actually symmetrical. They're just different colors, right? So I can teach you on one side, and then you can just apply it to the other side. Let me take like a blue and purple. Okay, so purple, it would go... You see, this is where the second strand starts. You want it to be above that. So I would put it there. I would put it here-ish. This is where I'd put it. Bye, Nazu! Ganbatte ne! Okay. I always do the one underneath first, then the one on top, just because then I know what covers what. So there's that one. And then, if you see where this strand is, you go a little bit diagonal. And this is probably where this strand starts. That's probably where this one goes. And then the blue one? Maybe this color? That one starts right where the circle was. You see where the circle was? This hypothetical circle. It is going to start before it disconnects right here. Like, you see where this circle starts to not be connected to the outer line? That's where you draw the strand. So somewhere that would have been here. Ta-da! I hope that makes sense. So you know where to put it. If you're talking about like the highlights on like my forehead, let me see if I can draw my head real quick. In like a very simplified form. So ahoge. And then there's like 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then like a longer one. Like that. Yeah. There's like a long... Is it longer? Yeah. This would probably be like my chin. Okay. This is very rough, sketchy. Big head me. Okay. So I also only start one color at a time when it comes to my highlights, because it helps when you start with one. So, the middle strand. Let's start with the middle purple strand. The way it goes is not all the way to the top, okay? You start, like, about here-ish, and it's where, you see where these bends are? Or, like, I would probably look more here, where the strands, where you end the outline for it, that's likely where you're gonna start the purple strand. And it's on my left side. Well, you draw it on the left, but technically it's my right. And when you do it, you go down straight, and then you draw another one that goes to the side. And you don't go all the way. Don't hit this one. Don't hit this strand. You hit, like, the middle point there. And then you color it. You just color it. Ta-da. Now that's the Mia strand for you. Okay, that's that strand. And then when you count... Okay, so my clip is probably somewhere here, right? When you see this outer strand, that's where you put it. You just boop it. It doesn't really matter too much where it goes, but I would try and keep it in line with this. And because a person's head is round, it might be a little bit higher. Okay. And then on this side, I put it, like, you see where maybe, like, the middle of this one is probably where this one starts. That's how I do it. And then for the blue, my blue strands are kind of big. So it's two, one up here and then one down here somewhere. So what I would do is go, like, middle, like, a quarter way. So, like, up here. So if you cut this in half, you take the half of that. And that's probably where it starts. And then I go down. And this goes past my eyes, so you have to make it pretty long. I would make it go... If this is my eyes, right? And this is my mouth, I would cut it here. Yeah. Like, hypothetically, I would end it right there. And then when it comes to the one that's higher, I would go maybe like 45-degree... Like, if you just go straight and then 45 degrees to the left, that is probably where it would be. And then I go down, and then it hits my eye. It doesn't go further than my eye, it hits the eye. So that's where I would put it. I hope that makes sense for placement. That's all of my highlights. Accurate guesstimation. But that's, like, my general rules is you have to reference other parts that you've already put down. Without it, it's really difficult to determine where things go. But I hope that one made sense. Yes. Okay. Was there anything else when it comes to my hair? Oh, my new hair! You guys should learn how to draw my new hair. I think that one's really important. Okay. Let's see if I can move stuff. Okay, new hair is actually very, very simple. Oh! Salamat, thank you for joining the membership! I hope your Discord updates, so you can use the stuff in the Discord channel too. Okay, so my new outfit here. I'm going to simplify it a ton. Let me start with, like, a base head, though. This is my head. Ta-da. If I were to chibi it... Let me chibi the head. Chibi-da! Alright. So, how it looks, okay, is just, if this is the ahoge, I gotta draw my ahoge. The ahoge is, like, a very key point. Without it, I don't know how to draw myself. I need the ahoge. The ahoge is life. Okay, so this is ahoge. With the ahoge, you go a little bit to this side. And then, right before, I would say maybe like, if you count... Let me see, okay. You split the head into thirds. Okay? There's 3 parts to head. What I do is I count the 2/3 bit, and that's the right side. There we go. That's how I do it. Oh, Zarba, thank you for 20 months! Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope you have a good time at work. And you have good notes. Okay. So yeah, 2/3 of like the widest part. And that's where you start this one. Okay? And then you go like boop. You just finish it on the other side. It should be about the same length. Like where you end it. Should end at the same area. But then, my hair's fancy though. So, from this point, you draw another one that goes a little bit towards the middle of the face. So like... You go one that goes towards the middle. And then you give it like another strand. Yeah. And new hair has clips on it. So you just go like 1, 2, 3. I personally don't really care where it goes on the hair. But that's how I do it. That's how I do it. And then hair goes down, right? So like... I would say from where this is... Halfway... That's where you draw... this strand. And it goes down. Yeah. And I'm lazy as fuck, so what I do is just go like 1, 2, and then 3. You just draw 3 bananas. There's more detail to it, but we're being really, really easy today. So, and then right where this is, right where this point is, I draw an ear. Because my ear sticks out. And then from there, it's like underneath it, because the hair is technically going behind the ear. It goes like 1 big one, no, 1 small one, 1 big one, and then 1 small one. Yeah. I'm gonna erase this. And if we're trying to draw the back of the hair, then, I mean, I could start from the side, but some people start from up here. And that's them hairs. But I don't think that's necessary. This is just the front. Ta-da! Now we have a Mia head. That's it. That's it. That's really it. Looks like Hito but stretched out? Yes. Yes. You wish you could draw? Well, that's why you're here today. So that's the Mia head. It's more simple than my pigtails, I think, honestly. It feels more simple anyway. Where to put this? Okay. What's the other thing I was gonna teach you guys? Chibi eyes. I was gonna teach you guys how to draw chibi eyes. Let me teach you how to draw chibi eyes. Okay, this one is definitely you need some colors, maybe. But I can do a really quick sketch for it. The twin tails are more complex for sure. It's because they have very individual strands. When you just have big head, lots of hair, it's like a big blob. Any questions so far? 質問があれば今答えてます。Gotta drink more. Okay, I'm gonna take a throat candy. Ow. My voice is dying. Okay. Let me think. Is there... Yeah? That's good. Because, like, the way my brain thinks is big shapes broken down. And... what's the word? Like... angles. I think a lot in angles. So how many degrees to the left or right? If I can simplify down the shapes and see where things start and end, that's nice. Oh, shit. Why did it lose signal? There it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I am going to teach you how to draw a chibi eye. And I'm gonna try to do it with just one pencil. Okay. This is a sketchy brush. So hopefully I can like shade with it. No, I can't shade with this one. Is there another pencil I can use? This is a 6B pencil. Alright. Let's start with an eye. This is a chibi eye though, so there. That's the eyelash. This part is kind of like a however thick you want it deal. But I like making them real thick, personally. Because the thicker they are, the more they stand out. And then they taper down. It's too low. There. I would try and make this same height. Like they end at the same height. And then once you have this in, like, it's basically a triangle here. No, I think that's good. I would go the halfway point and then draw another curve like that. Because you want this to connect. If it doesn't connect, it looks kind of weird. I want to make it longer. Because I like to add the line down at the bottom. So I know where the end of the eye is. And then draw two little eyelashes. If you want like a better guideline for this, basically draw a rectangle. You draw a rectangle. This is how I first started drawing eyes, is I would always draw a rectangle. And then from the rectangle, I would draw more triangles inside of it. So I would do like from the... I wouldn't say the middle of it, but it depended on how long this was. But what I would do is take the highest point and then draw a triangle here, and then draw a triangle here. And then from the bottom, I would maybe like draw a circle on the inside, but you draw like triangle. Basically, this is how I would do it. And then from there, I would draw like the curves and the other details, but this can help a little bit with making sure your eyes look normal. Okay, chibi eye time. Circle. That's it. You draw a circle. Okay, you draw a big circle. And then we draw Pokeball. So you draw the pupil. Pokeball! Draw pupil. And then the Pokeball has a top and a bottom, right? So like, you cut the Pokeball. I kind of curve my line. So it doesn't go... It should go in the middle of it, like that. But it's curved a little bit. Okay? Pokeball. Pokeball. And then... You draw an oval. More like a bean. You draw a bean. You draw two beans. One left, one right bean. But you draw beans. And then you draw a semicircle at the bottom. Just like that. It's not that difficult, I think. You draw two beans and a semicircle at the bottom. Fairly straightforward, I think. And then you can just shade it. So people can just like... Whee! You know? You could just shade it. People can shade it first and then slowly make it lighter towards the bottom. And then you can erase, like, where the beans were. That's all they are. It's like guidelines for that. But the other thing you can do if you want to be fancier, instead of just shading it, okay, you can add. Oh god, you can add a line that goes like this. So from this middle point, you have from here to here in the middle. That is where you start drawing a line down to hit the semicircle. The end point for it doesn't really matter, but you want it to curve. You basically just want it to curve. And if it helps any, you could draw a circle on the inside. Lightly, you could draw a circle on the inside. And then just emphasize this line and then erase the one that's like up there. That's how I used to do it, but then I eyeballed it. Okay. So when you have this, right? Now you have sections. So you could shade this bit really dark. Okay? This is more like color blocking-ish. You shade this part really, really, really dark. The top part is always gonna be the darkest. That is inevitable. That is just how it is. Because your eyelashes create a shadow on top of your eyeballs. So the top part here is always gonna be the darkest part. Okay? So now we have the darkest part. Now we have the not as dark part, which is here. And then we have the also not as dark part, but even less dark. So like, I'll just add a few lines. Now it's a more dynamic eye. Obviously, you can like make a gradient instead so it doesn't look so blocky. But I don't really care to do that. So, I mean, this is just a sketch, you know? And then you want the pupil to have a little shine. So you put one dot there. Ta-da! And I don't know if you guys know how eyelashes work, but we don't SpongeBob and we don't do this. Okay, that's not nice eyelashes. What you do is you take the curve here. Okay, I'm gonna like use another color so you guys can see what I mean. But you see how this curves down this way, right? You basically go with it and then flick upwards. Like that. You want it to like blend in with it basically. And then make the V down like this. This is how I draw eyelashes. So if I were to color this black, it would blend in. Because your eyelashes don't just sprout from nowhere, you know? And they don't go straight up like this. Realistically, I don't think anyone's eyelashes do that. They're always curved in some way. So as long as they blend in, then you're good. That was a little too high up. What I used to do, also, that helped me, is just making semicircles. Like, on the eyelash. For some reason, that helped me. I don't know why, but it's really weird. It does not... Eyelashes don't go like this, man. That's weird. All your eyelashes are curved. In anime art, this is it. I personally don't like adding too many. I like adding maybe like 2 at most. Sometimes 3 if they're fairly thin. But I made them pretty thick so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then, so the eyeball kind of looks like it's just there, which is really sad. So what I like to do is I make the edges of it here darker. Just a little bit. I think it looks like there's actual stuff going on, you know? When you do that, feels less like the ball is just floating. You erase all of the guideline stuff. There we go. Ta-da! Now we have the eyeball of our dreams. The way that I draw eyes, varies. Honestly, I like to draw them mostly like this. There are some other kinds of eyes that I will draw. So, see if I can... Can I copy this? Okay, well that actually worked, huh? I'm gonna try use the same example so that it's not confusing. So, if I were to do the same thing, like have the Pokeball eye, there are people who simplify it a little bit. Instead, just separate the eye into like a few segments. So I would say 3. Darkest one should be a little bigger. And then the midtones. And then like that. And just shade it in. Like this is the darkest one. And this is like the not so dark one. This probably has very few shades in it. And then that's the highlight. And you erase stuff. So maybe like over here and over here. And then you trace that outline. Ta-da! That's also how you could do it. These are the 2 ways that I like to draw chibi eyes. They're both good. They're both very easy, simple. I think. Yeah, they're not like overly complicated. This one would take a little bit more effort, I think. Just a little bit more effort. I'm gonna try to find an example. So, this is basically the one where it's... You have like the 3 colors and then the highlights and then the outline around it. That's how I like to draw them nowadays, but I also drew them like this. Where it has the dark part on top and then the 2 lines on the sides. And yeah. I mean, there's many ways to draw. Many ways to draw eyes. This was my personal preference. Okay. I hope that helped some. Oh. I feel like there's a lot of ways to draw eyes nowadays. And there's no wrong way to draw them. But it's always nice to have a guide of some sort. Okay, what's the other things that I wanted to teach you today? Let me see, I taught you most of the ones that I definitely wanted to go through. How about... Nekomimi? Bubble tea? Hammerkun? Hammerkun's not that hard. Ranking on the one with the eyes? How's it looking? How's it looking? Honestly, when I think of people drawing for the first time, they'll make the mistake I did. And... So if I were to draw this eye the way that I would have drawn it when I was older... I mean, younger... is I would have pressed really hard and tried to make the line like this. I would have tried to do this. This pains me. This pains me so. This is probably how I would have tried to draw it. And in its own way, yeah, it's cute, but like it don't look sophisticated. Shorts? You mean my new outfit shorts? Is that what you're asking? My new outfit shorts? Also, I'm having a throat cancer, so if you hear it, hey hey hey. Oh yeah, you should have your own way of doing highlights. Everyone has their own way of doing highlights. I'm simplistic. I don't like having too many. So even on like my big artworks like this one, I reference this one a lot because it's my most recent one. But this one's more complicated, I think. It's got the same concept as the first eye that I taught you guys how to draw. But basically we call these highlights window highlights. The way people do them is because I'm simple now. I like dots, but the way that you do it is like you draw the thing and then you like cut it out like this. That's why it's supposed to look like the reflection of a window. That's why it's called window highlights. But I like to call them pineapples because you like can just draw pineapple squares. Yeah. Okay, the shorts in general might just be a bit too hard to teach, but they're not that complicated, I think, as well. If you just draw a normal pair of shorts, like... I don't think they're too hard. There. So, the way I draw my shorts, is you have the band. You have to make sure you have some space for the band. Yeah. And then you draw square. And then you draw lines. Oh. Well, I would draw the line a little closer. Let me draw it a little closer. It'll be easier that way. And then you have to leave enough space for more lines. The connecting belt, right? So you have belt. But then my belt, it folds down. Like it goes down this way, right? You can't just do that. There's like a fold to it. You basically make a triangle. You just have to make a triangle. You can start with the straight down one, but then you draw a diagonal line going from top left to bottom right. This is belt. This is how you make it look like it's folding down. Let me clean this up a little bit so it's easier to see. I emphasize the line a lot, but realistically, I wouldn't want the line to be that noticeable, because then it looks really awkward. So, there's the fold of the belt. That's how it goes. And then down the middle, I have 3 buttons. I don't remember how big these buttons are, but I know I have three buttons here. And then it's like... So I would say take the belt on the right side as like a guideline. You go down. Like so. This is not the most proportionate thing. And then I have another line that goes down, but like to my crotch. That's how it ends, basically, but it goes down to my crotch. And my pants have like a thing here. I don't know what this is called. The cuff? A cuff. Yeah, it's like a cuff. This is colored. Okay, I'm just gonna block it out because I don't have color right now. But there's a cuff here. And then I have pockets. Because I'm cool, but I have pockets. Imagine not having pockets. Couldn't be me, couldn't be me. Okay, and inside these pockets are symmetrical wings. You got wings. And I believe on one side it has a pocket inside the pocket. I don't remember if it's this side or if it's this side. I'm gonna just assume it's this side. I don't have my current model pulled up, so... my new model, I don't have a picture of it right now. Find it? Do I have a picture of it somewhere? Found it. Okay, so the pocket is on this side. I was right. Model's right, yeah. So, there's the pocket. On this side, I have a zipper. So the way you draw zippers is like... most people will just have a brush for it. I don't have that. So... they usually look like little key locks. If you're familiar with keys... you're familiar with keys, or like keyholes, you just draw a bunch of keyholes next to each other, and you connect them. So like... keyhole. Flip it. You see what I mean? Keyholes. That's basically how you do it. I have food delivery. Wait. I got food delivery. Food! Guys, food break! I need to eat. Fuck, I have no space. This is very silent food delivery from your dad. Let me close this real quick while I eat. We get a food break. Food break! We like food breaks. The food I have is Chinese food. Eat Chinese food. I still have the throat candy. I need to finish it first. A shrimp brush and made art with it? You can definitely do that. I don't know if you've ever seen, but some guy on the internet is doing this thing where he takes random objects and covers them with paint to make art. Like some guy made a... Was it... was it... Fuck, I'm trying to remember. It was a boxing glove. And he painted a famous boxer. I just don't really remember who it was. But how the lesson? Am I teaching good? Ew. That was gross. No, I don't want to share. Because I'm hungry. It's going well? Good. Good. I've always been like... I love art. You know? I love art. But I also hate art. I I love and hate it at the same time. Study it at home? Okay, good. And the reason why I say that it'd be like... I'm trying to do this for people in the VOD to be able to follow and not struggle too bad. Because, like, I want to get as many things as I can teach in. At the same time, I know there's questions and stuff. Hi, Egg. How you doing? You're learning too? I'm glad, Repet. I'm glad. I want you guys to be able to learn something from me. Like, small tricks and tips and stuff. You know? Or like, just something new? A mouse is rough, man. I would never be able to do mouse art. I know someone who could do mouse art. I just personally could never. I'm eating though. I have so far taught people how to draw a zipper. What else did I teach guys? I taught you guys how to draw a zipper, hair strands, ribbons. Ribbons were a good one. The star one is probably my favorite because so many people have no idea how to draw stars. Well, is there anything you guys want me to teach you? Like if there's something you're struggling to draw or you don't understand how it works, I could probably break it down. Maybe like backlighting, front lighting. I could do lighting, but that might be a whole other stream. I'd rather teach you guys how to draw objects today. I just dropped a chicken on my thigh. Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm numbing. I don't want people to hear me chew that bad. Yes, I am using chopsticks. Can you hear them? You're not meant to make sounds with the chopsticks, but I'm trying to prove a point, so it's okay. It is fine in this one instance. Oh, this is good chicken. This is really good chicken. It's so soft. Sorry, I got distracted. What? Marky listed them. Hair, where my highlights go as well, but also like the fundamentals of my hair. The stars ribbons, different kinds of ribbons at different angles, and tricks on how to draw ribbons at different angles. And eyes, my chibi eyes, how I like to draw eyes. Hello, Min-Max. That's a name. That's a choice you made. Okay. Man, this chicken's good. Is there anything else you guys want to learn how to draw? I got stopped midway of teaching you how to draw my pants, but we can get back to that. Shoes are also really hard, because feet are weird. What else is there? Boobies. I need to teach you guys how to draw boobies. And I say that because chest angles are very important. I need to teach you guys how to draw boobies. No, I ate a bit. Let me see if I can go back to drawing. There we go. Okay. So these be shorts. From my memory, the zipper is over here. So you draw like the two thicker borders of it, and then like the keyholes and stuff. That's what the zipper is. This is very sketchy. There's also a few rips in it, like that. So the way you draw rips, honestly, straight line across, because that's how threads work. Squiggle, squiggle. Close the squiggle. Draw a little bit of fabric in between. That's how you draw rips in clothes. And I know there's like a star here or something, I believe. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the details, but I've got a lot of baby details on my outfit. So, yeah. They're not that important. Also, if you look at this one, I think it's easier to analyze art that I've already drawn. So, these, the seam, it's just dotted lines. It's nothing more than just dotted lines. I swear, I did not do anything fancy with them. It's just dotted lines. Oh, this is important. My new choker thing. That one I think might trip some people up. But the way to do it, depending on the angle. Okay, this is also related to stars, so I'm gonna draw it near the star. But it looks like this. Right? From the front, it just looks like a simple star diamond shape. But when you turn it to the side, it does not look like that. So what you want to do is think parallelogram. So okay, let's start with this. It's like this. It's a nice rectangle, right? You want to parallelogram it like that. I can't draw a good parallelogram. But you want to parallelogram it because that's kind of how you're supposed to be manipulating the shape, is to be on the side, right? So these are at the two midpoints here. So midpoint and midpoint of this line's a little bit higher. These are the same. So you draw the connecting lines. And then you shrink them. So now it looks like it's facing the side. But not completely though. I feel like there's something missing. And you know why it's missing something? Is because this is a 3D shape. Right? This is a 3D shape. And from my point of view, you don't really see the inside of it. So we should draw the inside. We should definitely draw the inside. I'm being very perfectionistic about these lines because I'm using a pen that's too thick. But what I would do... Okay, I already do the inside too. I don't like it. There we go. What I would do is draw like a straight line. Like, it's just gonna be straight. And then you draw another straight line, and then you draw another straight line. All the same length. And then you connect them. And then, that's like one side though, right? You still see... You're supposed to see the inside here as well. So you draw another straight line. And then you just connect them to the edges of these two lines here. Now it's a 3D shape. Ooh la la. Yeah. And you can also make it go the other way. But I think it's redundant to draw it both ways because you can just flip it. The depth and the thickness! It's so immaculate, isn't it? 3D shapes are like hard, man. They're hard to draw. They're hard to learn, I think, at first, but you start seeing things when you learn the tricks. Yeah. Okay. Now we have to learn how to draw boobies. I think it's time to draw boobies. So we have a good pair of badonkers. I think most people just draw boobies like 2 circles. But the way boobies work is not 2 circles, unfortunately. I wish it were as easy as 2 circles, but it's not. So, if I were to draw the 2 circles that you wish, it's gonna look real weird. So instead, you kind of make them a little more oval shaped. You gotta make them slightly more oval shaped. You know? Because boobies are boobies like that. And people do have cleavage. Unfortunately, I am not one of those women. But there's people who do have cleavage. But let's say these are a pair of badonkers. And you want to draw the badonkers sideways. I think people mess up sideways boobs more than front-facing boobs. Okay? And I know that because I've seen people draw. But, alright, if we want to draw sideways-facing boobs... I've seen people just go like this, and then add like a... Like, what kind of boobs do you have? I don't know. It's weird. But basically, the way your chest works, right, is you have a sternum. So if I were to draw it, it'd be like this. It's kind of like a bow tie. Think of like a bow tie. That totally looks like something else. But this is actually how you're meant to do it. And then you're facing the side, so it's like... Oh, this one's longer. You know, you gotta think of it like that. And then the boobie covers it, right? The boobie covers it. It goes like over it, you know? And then you draw this side. That's how it goes. You gotta think of where it's inserting, you know? You gotta think about how it flows, how it's gonna move in it. That's how you draw the perfect pair of boobies. Okay? That's how you draw the perfect pair of boobies. People do forget about gravity. It's very unfortunate. Gravity is a very big thing when it comes to boobies. So, like, if you have 2 circles, right? You don't know how they're supposed to connect. So instead, you just draw the fucking line, man. Cleavage is a straight line. A little darker at the top. But it's a straight line. You can't fuck that up, man. When 2 things squish together, it's a straight line. It's not like there's a mass in it to go like, you know, one boobie over the other. It's just a straight line. So that's how you draw a nice pair of boobies. Now, to draw a butt. Oshiri. To draw a butt. Let me move this. Now, to draw a butt, the big dumpy is also... This is where you can actually think in circles. Okay? You think in circles. There's your butt. But, like, that don't really look like a butt. So we draw the hip. Draw a hip. Now it's looking a little bit more like a butt. Not quite. Not quite a butt yet. It's still just 2 circles, right? So what we gotta do is add butt cleavage. There's such thing called butt cleavage. So you draw the butt cleavage. Okay? Now we have butt cleavage. This still don't really look like a butt though. It's because we still have guidelines. So we get rid of guidelines. No guideline. No guideline. Yada. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is the butt. And now we draw the middle bit. So this is where your legs technically would go. your legs would go down this way. But what if you're sitting down? Then your butt would sploosh a little bit, right? So that's why this is okay. That's why we can do this. So there's your butt. A nice butt. If you want butt cleavage, you can draw butt cleavage. But if you're gonna do butt cleavage, it is also a straight line. Maybe a little bit curved if you want it to be more natural. And then what you do is you make a V. Without the V, it's not a good butt. There. There's your butt. V. It's the V. It's all in the V. Okay? If you don't do the V, it don't look like a good butt. Alright? You have to do the V. I have learned this the hard way. Yeah. Yeah. That's how you do a good butt. Now, if you want to do a good butt, but sideways. We have to do a sideways butt now. Let me... shrink. Alright, sideways butt. You go to the side. Remember how things are in, like, shapes, right? So this is a trapezoid. We just have to draw a slanted trapezoid. Slanted trapezoid has been drawn. I can use this as guideline. But people aren't just shapes like that, right? So I have to think, okay, it go like this. It'd be round. Right? And then butt. Butt. People are round creatures. We are not fully symmetrical or parallel. Okay. We have outline for butt. So my thighs would probably come out there. Well, it's not my thigh, but a thigh. Would probably come out this way, but... I could also be standing. So this is butt. Could also be just standing. So butt. That's a butt. Big dumpy. And then, the V rule still applies. You have to draw the V. You don't draw the V, it looks wrong. Yeah. Oshiri dekita. The Risley cake. Yeah. Don't have to draw this bit, I guess. There's your butt. Oshiri dekita. Yeah. Butt. That's how you draw a butt. You gotta add the V's. Yeah, yeah. Boobs and butts, guys. All for educational purpose, YouTube. All for educational purposes. Or for legal reasons. I have to say it's for educational purposes. Can I eat? Okay. Is there anything else I need to teach you how to draw today? Yes, Nekomimi. Alright. I'm gonna teach you how to draw the perfect pair of Nekomimi. The key point here is this. The head. Do you know why this is important? It's because it will help you cover up the things that you don't want to draw. Okay. So we have, this is the top of your head. Imagine this is the top of your head. Okay. Now we have two sections of this. So this is like, say this is my head. Let's just say, for example, this is my head. My ahoge is probably somewhere here. Okay. I guess I can move this line down. That's whatever. This is just an example. Alright? Just an example. I don't know, let's say my hair pieces are here. Okay. So, the way you draw Nekomimi is behind this line. This is the very important line. So, you draw... Okay, I'm gonna do it in a different color. Let's do it in purple. Oh, you can't really see that. Blue? Blue seems to be good. Okay. You draw a V. Well, let's say... Okay, if you want, like, actual lines and proportions... I would say... If your nose is here... 45-degree angle up. Like that. Yeah. Like... 45-degree angle here. You know? Does that help? I don't know if that helps. But 45-degree angle, this is probably where you want the ear to be. You draw V shapes. But like, what cat ear is a proper V shape? It's not. So what you do is you draw more diagonal one way and then like curve it. Diagonal and then you curve it. Does that make sense? Like, huh? And if you want to be even fancier, what you can do is you like go curve it like that, and then whoosh, you add a little flick at the end that goes upwards. So this is like, it curves down that way, and then up. Yeah. And then you add this bit. Okay? Okay? And then, what you do is like where this corner is. I was about to say something else. Where this corner is, you add a line. And you add another line here, and it connects. And now you have ear. Or, depends on how you do it, really. Different ears, different things, honestly. But that's how I would do it. Nekomimi da. So bigger would be like... like that. And I do this because then you can add like the ear fluff on the inside. You know? Like... ear fluff on the inside. That's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. The other thing you could do, also, I think what people normally do is like that. So you have like a... I like the connecting ear here. Like, I like connecting this completely, personally. Because it shows like the end of the ear. But some people like to make it look a little fluffier or bigger. And a little more substancy. So, like there's cartilage in there or something. So you add the... like, you draw... yeah, what's the easier way to do this? Hito! The character... Hito. Hito. And then you extend it. That's another way. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. You can do that too. And... okay, wait. I gotta undo everything. So, the other thing we gotta do. Neko mimi, but not neko. Usagi mimi. Usagi mimi. Usagi mimi da. So, usagi mimi is not like completely straight, you know? You don't like... and then add the curve on. That's not how it works. It's very awkward if you do that. Some usagi mimis are like narrow at the bottom. And then they kind of point at the top like that. It's like drawing a leaf. Yeah, you could draw it like a leaf. And then you could do what you did with the cat ears and make the hito thing. That also works. I don't like drawing bunny ears this way as personal preference. I think they just don't look as cute. So what I would do is more so like this. Where it's a little chubbier at the top and then narrower at the bottom. That's how I like to do. What is that in English? You mean this thing? Or nekomimi? Nekomimi is like cat ears. Yeah. I like one side more than the other. And on the inside, you have the fluffy bit. I like this side more, to be honest. I don't like the other side as much, but that's Neko. That's Usagi Mimi. Usagi Mimi. Usagi Mimi. Oh, Usagi Mimi. Usagi Mimi. Simple Usagi Mimi. Gotta eat. Floppy bunny ears. You really only draw them down. I don't like them as much. I feel like they're a little bit harder to draw. But you have to know how folds work. So you take this this line, the border, and you draw over it like that. Floppy. You could draw it like, depending on the angle, it could flop out this way as well, you know? You just have to draw the hito here too. Hito. See, art isn't that complicated. Me and my bunny ears down here. I always use this line to like cover things up. Okay. We went through Nekomimi's. I think I'm almost done teaching you everything on this list. We're missing a few things. But most of them are done. I think it's time to teach you guys how to draw bubble tea. Bubble tea. Okay. Bubble tea is like the one on my screen. It's a parallelogram. Not parallelogram. Trapezoid? It's an upside down trapezoid. So the bottom part is shorter than the top part. Okay? You gotta make the bottom part shorter than the top part. And I would round it out a little bit. I personally think it just looks better that way. And you can make it look more 3D that way too. Also, depending on where you get bubble tea, the way you draw the top might look a little different. So, if you're the kind of person that gets bubble tea from a place with lids on it, you could extend this out. Okay? Draw lines that go diagonal out, and then connect it. That's the top of your lid, and then you draw like an oval on top for like the rest of the lid. And then you like erase these inner lines. If you get bubble tea from a place with a lid, this is probably how it's gonna look like. But you can also take this and like not make it so far out. So instead of extending the lines on the edges at the start, you can just leave them where they are. I would actually draw like the oval on top first, which is the back of the bubble tea. So I would leave it like this. I wouldn't extend the line, and I would draw the outer little bit there, and then make it kind of squiggly. A squiggly line. Not a perfect straight line. That is how I would draw this one. And there you have the paper kind, where it's like you have to poke a hole through it. Yeah, you have to poke a hole through it. And then you have the thingy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like the one with the lid just cause I think it's fun to draw. But realistically, I don't really get bubble tea where there's a lid on it. To be fully honest, this is the more uncommon bubble tea. I think the glorified bubble tea that's not the street bubble tea anymore if you have a lid. Honestly. Yeah. But hey, you know what? Bubble tea is bubble tea. I'm not gonna say no to bubble tea. Bear bub. Did you say boba? Ew. Ew. It's bubble tea, not boba. Trying to make this look a little more. There we go. Okay. So, after this, we now have to draw the liquid inside. Liquid is very, very simple. Okay? It is a wave. If you want it to be like a very swishy drink, like your mid-swish, do that. And then don't finish it all the way. Make a little curve. And then go like this. You made liquid. Congratulations. They could be like a little splash here or something. Wow. Liquid. Obviously, not all drinks are that swishy. You know, you might not be mid-swishing. So you can make it a small wave instead. Not so big. And then you curve this out. Because this is this circular drink. And then you connect it. Ta-da! Oh my god, Nazu. Bubble tea soup? You know, bubble tea used to be considered soup. at least from what I was told by a friend, is that it was considered more of like a tongsai, which is like a sweet dessert soup thing. Okay, well that's the liquid. Now we have liquid. It's literally just you go up, down, and then connect it. It's like you're making a loop. I don't think it should be that difficult. You know, it's a very simple one. And then we have to draw the straw. The straw goes like this. Has to be relatively the same length all the way. Okay, but if you're fancy and you wanna act really cool with your bubble tea, what you do is like you put this in, right? And then when you're in the drink itself, if it's a see-through cup, if it's a see-through kind of cup, or like not cup, drink, like you're not drinking milky stuff, if it's not opaque, you know, if it's a little see-through like tea, you could displace it just a little bit. And then it looks like it's in water. Yeah. That's how some people may draw them bubble tea straws. You can also change their size. Maybe like be a little bit chubbier. Theater. In there. Yeah. And then at the top you should make it an oval. Cause straws are not 2D. it's a little tunnel. Gotta erase this. And oh no, well I'd keep that. If the straw is kind of see-through, I'd keep that. Yeah. Yeah. But then we have to draw where it went through. Which is probably somewhere here. And erase this. Yeah. Ta-da! Bubble tea is coming along. And then we draw tapioca. Some are big, some are tiny. Yeah. And some of them are really, really dark at the front. Some of them are not so dark at the back. There's your bubble tea. Yeah. And what's cool about it is if you're shading it or coloring it, you could like add some shiny. The way that I do the shiny is like a dot up here, a line down. And then a dot here and a line across. That's how I like to make it look shiny. And if I'm feeling even fancier, then like some lines diagonal too can work. There's the bubble tea. See, bubble tea pretty easy. I'm gonna show you guys an art piece that I'm working on right now. That I started yesterday. But, ta-da! See, it's applicable. The star shape I did also applicable. Here, look. I'll show you how I did it. The eyes were really, really rough at first, but I mean, I did it. Body hard. I made the bubble tea way too big. I'll show you this while I eat my food. Kawaii de chocolate. Is she single? Yes. This is just line art. Doesn't that look good? When I drew the fingers, I actually had to take like a fairly big cup to just hold it and be like, how do I normally hold bubble tea? And then I colored it a little bit. But I only did base color, basically. It'll come together, hopefully. Yeah. You hate drawing fingies? Same. Do you know there's a trick to drawing fingies? I think that might help. If you want to draw the nice and feminine type of fingies, I have some tricks. So let's say you're gonna draw... I don't know. I like to think of peace signs a lot because everyone draws peace signs. But if I'm drawing a peace sign... well, let me start with black. I start with the parallelogram thing. Not parallelogram. Trapezoid. Trapezoid. Smaller on the bottom, fatter on the top. Okay? And then, on this trapezoid, you have to fit 4 different things here. So, you divide this into 4s, basically. But, 1 rectangle here, bigger rectangle here, maybe? And then, your other 2 fingers would probably go a little bit over this line, and then down. And then this one probably go on this line, and then down. The rest of this is probably your chunky ass fingies. So, I'm gonna erase a little bit of it. The chunky fingies, because you actually have fat and muscle there. Okay? I'm gonna erase this. Erase that. And then, on the side, you have your thumb. But where does the thumb go? It actually is more on the bottom. And it tilts upwards. So, I would put it... It crosses my fingers here, so I'm gonna draw it like that. So there's your basic fingy. They're your basic fingy. Right? But you gotta make it look nice. I think the problem is you wanna make it look nice. So, what I would do... let me see if I can make this less... Yeah, there we go. So on different layer, or if you're doing this on pencil and paper, you do this very lightly and then erase it later. But what I would do is start from the thumb. Because the thumb is like the chunkiest thing. So, start from the thumb. You draw your thumb. And then when you get to this point, instead of like doing that around it, I like give it a little swoosh. And then connect it. Like that. Yeah. Does that make sense? I know that makes sense. But you swoosh it a little bit. So like for these fingers, instead of straight lines, obviously they're curved. But down here, you give it like a nice point. And then for where the nail is gonna go, basically, you give it a little swoosh. I know it sounds really strange. I know. It was really weird when I first did it too. But it does make it look a little bit more feminine-y. And then with the fingers up here, I'd save some room for like the fingernail. Us girlies like our fingernails. Okay. Something like that. I'm gonna erase the stuff at the back. Oh, I didn't finish it. It's okay. Yeah. And I draw a nail. Ta-da! Ta-da! I want this to connect a little better. And then... this could, like... have more of a nail to it. You know? Fingernail. Fingernail. You could do that if you wanted. Easy peasy. But yeah, I don't know what it is. If you do this to the nail, and then like add that, you know, it just looks better for some reason if you dip the nail in like that. I know most nails don't actually work that way, but I use this for basically every time I draw hands. So when I did this art, if you look at them nails, I also did that where like I flicked it upwards a little bit. Or like here, I did the thing, you know, it's like not like this one you can see it the most in, I think. But I did it for those fingers. I did it for these fingers where I flicked it. You can see this flickies. And did I do it for? I find more art where I have fingernails showing. I did it for these a little bit, but these nails are different. These are good nails though. I just have to say this is a good hand. This is a very good looking hand. This is a very, very nice looking hand. I actually don't know if I could ever do this again, but I like this hand a lot. It's a very, very good hand. The shadows? Yeah! See, I got real scared. I hate when the shadows are so strong and have no blending to it, but I know this is how it is in real life. You know? You know? Like, you need the shading to have edges, I realize. And I personally hate that. I like blending. I hate blending. I mean, I hate not blending. The other way around. So to do this was very, very scary. And it looks right, though. The problem is it looks correct. Which is why I'm just like, how did that happen? Yeah, see, I like blending. Even for this stuff, I like blending. If you're a blender like me, if you like blending things a bunch, the trick I have for you is one that I did here. So I would add like a bunch of mid shades, mid tones, instead of blending it. So at the back here, you see it's like a really dark tone, right where I think my cursor will show. Yeah, like right here is like dark, right? And then I added this tone and then this lighter one to make it look like it's blended together, but it's not. I'm trying to step away from blending everything. I still did it here, but it's like I have the dark color and then I have a lighter color and then it's this, you know? So it's not completely blended, but it looks like it is. Or, let me see. Like here? I did it too, where it's like, this is the color I used. This darker one is the color I used. And I made it more of a straight line. And then I have like a lighter tone here that I did blend a little bit. Yeah. I'm trying to do that more. And with hair as well, I think blending is something I do a lot. um, so dark color, mid-tone. The mid-tone, I did a few strands on the lighter part. There's actually some shading here too, actually. But I did strands. Like, I did straight lines down instead of blending. And I think it showed up really well. Especially here. Now, when I looked at this, right, I was like, it's dark here, and then there's light here, and then two darker lines going down. It doesn't really look like much, but it looks really good from far away. So I was like, maybe I did do something right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm also trying to step away from blending everything. It is not easy to break habits, you know? Very difficult to break those habits. I did do it here too. There's dark, and then light, and then some lighter. There's just lots of. You need to have a really wide shade of colors. I feel like you just need more shades, more shades. So when I look at my color palette, these are all of my hair shades. Like the light, and then the gray shading. Then I have the purple shading. I don't know what happened to this color. I think I fucked this one up. It was supposed to be something darker. I don't know why it is that color. Let me replace it. There we go. So yeah, you just need a lot of like colors in between. You see this one? This entire section here? Those are all just for hair. This is all for hair. The ones that I'm hovering over. This is all hair colors. And for my new outfit, I realized I had more skin shades as well. So there's 4 here. Original outfit has 3. And the 3 that I took, if you look at my model right now, it's the one that's like on my chest. It's just like a very the lighter color. And then above my collarbones, it's like a bit orangey. And then right below my chin, there's like a darker red tone. Those are these 3 colors down here. That's what I took. My new outfit has more, so there's 4 instead of 3. That's how I play around with shading. Same with like the star. This is the outline of the star, this dark brown. But these 4 are the colors I use to color stars. If I can find this. So, star. This was only made up of 4 colors, but it looks like there's more because of the way that I used them colors. Yeah. Yeah. I can riz with colors. I have very bad commitment issues with harsh shading. I wish I didn't blend so much, but it's just what I was taught to do. So, I am trying to unlearn. And like, when it comes to hard edges, like stars and stuff, I feel like it's even harder. Because you have the urge to blend things. There's an urge. There's like a desire to want to blend things. If you're like me and like to blend stuff a lot, I would like... Let me see if I can... Is this right? Okay, so the outline is on it. I'm gonna do a thing. Second. So I would blend out this bit. Like right here. I would add shades in the corners like this. Yeah. This is what I would do. I know it's like really extra. You shouldn't have to do this, but I understand why people do it. It feels good to do. It feels like you were an artiste. I don't know. I realize I shouldn't do it, but I do it anyway. Also, this is something that I learned from YouTube. Thank God it exists. But I'm gonna choose like, I don't know. I'll use red, I guess. Say I have like this color, right? It's a nice red color. And I need to shade something with this color. But I don't have a color palette. Like, say someone's outfit has this red on it, and I don't know what to shade this with. Like, say there's a shadow that needs to be drawn, and I don't know what color I should use. There's two ways to go about this. You could do the C theory. So, like, from here, you draw a backward C. Like that. And it should be this color that you shade with. You could do that. And obviously, you could manipulate that however you want, but it could be really dark. It could be more like deeper red, not so deep red. You can do whatever you want, but like big C, little C's, you know? That's one way of going about it. Or what you can do if you have a fancy tablet like me is the multiply layer thing. You do that. You use the same color, and then you color drop this, right? And then you delete this multiply layer, and then you shade with it. And I like to trick it like that. Because I'm not really good at colors either, so I've been using this rule for a very long time. It just makes things easier. And it's just about right. You know? It's like about right. There's another trick I learned recently when it comes to coloring. If you look at my t-shirt crop top here, there is a pink line that goes across the chest here that's like a bit lighter. It's like, I don't think I can draw anything right now. It goes like that. I think you can kind of see it, these two lines. And it's like a different color down here. Like this color here is not the same as this one here. Adding this sharper color to the edge of things kind of makes it look more professional. Yeah. Yeah. It's nice. It's real nice. I also did it, I think, with my socks. I added some yellow. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh, let me eat. I realized I haven't finished eating. You did it too? It's a very useful tool, honestly. Mm, mm. Hmm? Mm. Hands are fun to draw. I like drawing hands. You can make them go like... You know? Or like... just like a wave. Yeah. Or like... What's that? Shine? 1, 2, 3... I'm drawing way too many. There. You know? Hands don't have to be fancy. You can also just do cute hands like me. Where it's like... You know, chibi hands? Little nubbin hands? I don't know. They don't have to be fancy. I think that's what I did with this one. You look at the hand, I drew like mitten hands. They don't have to be fingers, you know? They don't have to be fingers. I'm really proud of this emote though. This one good. This one really good. The blood is splattering everywhere, but it's real good. I like it a lot. Man, one day I'll work on this. I gotta finish this. It looks really good. I think it looks really good. I just gotta do it. And it's a very, like, soft art style compared to this one, I think. Yeah. practiced drawing this. This was really good. I don't know how I did so well, but I did it real good. I want to get better at drawing chibis. I think I draw a lot of chibis already, but like I'm not the best at it. You know what I mean? I want to be better. I draw a lot of emo chibis, but not like chibi chibis. My illustrations are not really chibi chibi. I think I maybe did like this one then this one that are chibis. Man, imagine a Helldiver chibi. Whew, look at me. I look cool. I look menacing. There, where's the thingy? Is there anything you guys want to learn how to draw? I basically taught most of what I wanted to teach you guys today. Hammer-kun... Hammer-kun's pretty easy. Most of the things I picked today are fairly easy, actually. Hammer-kun is not straight everywhere. But I think people mistaken that. It's like... Okay, you gotta draw the dick first. You have to draw the dick first. Also, the head is like that. It's not like a triangle, okay? You have to draw it like rounded, okay? This is the only way to draw it. You gotta draw it a little round. And then this bit is like, okay, I gotta turn it like that. It's like curved a little, and then curved on this side too. And then you have to draw the ovals. You have to draw oval. And then you draw a ribbon. That also has this bit. And then you draw the thing that goes around it. It ends right there. And then there's this at the top. Like how I taught you how to draw. And that is how you draw a Hammer-kun. Miek's Hammer-kun art. You never have? Someone did give me fan art of it looking in that way. Let's put it that way. In that way. Also, I want to clarify something about my belly windows. If this were the ruffles, right? Let's say the ruffles were like here, for example. I don't know. Then my belly windows, okay? There is like an edge to it. There are two blue edges to my belly windows. This is probably my waist. Say this is my waist. Okay? The way to draw the belly windows, my belly windows, okay, is you go in like that, and then you go diagonal down this way, and it connects with the edge here. And then these are my pants. Okay, my pants. It's like a onesie. And then there's a triangle, not triangle, a diamond shape right there. And it does not show my belly button. It does not show my belly button. Realistically, my belly button's actually a little bit lower, which is why it does not show my belly button. But it does exist. Okay? It does exist. Tenseru Mama Psycho! It was my idea to have the belly windows, though. This was my design. Unless my tummy is like squished or something, then maybe it would show the belly button. But on a normal basis, no, it would not show the belly button. Okay. There will be, don't worry. So, main takeaway here is the shape. Let me color this in. Okay, so main takeaway here is this is the back of the belly window. This is the front of the belly window. And it's like... it's also a trapezoid. It's like that, trapezoid. It's not a straight line down. Side navel angle? Well, this is mostly right on my tummy, so you wouldn't see it from the side, I don't think. What a page. It's not very loose, no. It's not. Okay. What else was there? Wings. To teach you guys how to draw wings. I think that might be the last thing. I don't want to teach you guys how to draw my cap today. It's gonna... Whew. You guys know how to draw wings? I do them in one stroke. That is a simplified wing. But the way that you're meant to do it, if you want to think about it more systematically. I still do this sometimes, but I have circle. At the tip of circle, that is where I go like a little bit straight and then upwards. And then I make a little boop. This boop has to go like that, okay? Specifically at the end of it, has to go like that. And then instead of continuing on too far, we go to the bottom and we make a boop. We make a little boop. So maybe like that. Yeah, depends on the angle, but wherever you start, the opposite side is where you start doing this bit. Okay, so now you have two things, you need to connect them like that. But it don't look good if you just go like this, so you gotta think about it. You gotta curve it just a little bit. Like that. And now you can erase everything. But the rule here is this part should show in front of whatever line is at the back. So, for example, this line goes all the way around, right? This line gets cut off by this curve. And in this one over here, this line gets cut off by the curve here. I hope that makes sense. That's how you make things show on top of each other. You know? Yeah. Yeah. So that's like the simple wing. If you want to do like fancy wings, more parallelograms, but like not parallelogram. Yeah, I think parallelogram kinda. But the way I do it is like I have to think in big shapes. So like that is probably a wing. So this is like the base of the wing, and then it goes out and it has like a lot of feathers going down this way, and then it comes back like that. That's how I have to think about drawing them. That's what I did for Sky Shinryu and her bounce emote. That's the run one. The bounce emote. Yeah, like these ones, I kind of had to think about it a little bit more. Details are hard. But there you go, that's your wing for you. Like that. That is how I draw them wings. I'm so cool. I can think of things in random shapes and forms. Also, I feel like everybody forgets that on the side of my One Piece thing, like right here. Okay, let me see. So if I do it like that. For example, I have like a tiny star here and here. Everyone seems to forget these exist. And they only look at the emblem that's like here. You know, people only look at this bit. But there's things on the side too. I just thought I'd point that out, you know? And there's little, like, stitch marks there. I don't know. I just feel like I had to point that out. No one seems to notice them. They're important. Okay. Well, that is my lesson for today. I think I did a good job. You do, right? Even I sometimes forget them, but, like, eventually you'll see it. You'll see it. It's what I did for this illustration. This one. See, they're kind of there. They're kind of there. Many, many important details. Yes, yes. But okay, this is an application of what I taught you today. Okay? So, let's see. Hair strands. They cut off. They do not finish. Remember? They do not finish. They do not finish. Some of them do. Some of them do. But not all of them. And, you know, the thing I think that makes art looks a little more put together or more, like, finalized is if you have random-ass strands like this. You know, that just come out of the hair for some reason. Or, like, you see this white line? It's just a strand that comes from here. You can actually see the part where I started drawing it up here. And then I just went like, whee, all the way down. Or like this strand. Some random ass strand. Now, I don't like it when there's too many. Because when you have too many, it looks weird. So my rule is to not do more than 6. What happened to my voice? Jesus. Yeah, don't do more than 6. So, like, 3 on one side and then 3 on the other side. That's a pretty good rule to keep too. Another one like that. I did kind of a lot for this one, but there's 1, 2, 3 here. And then on this one I did more. Just because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I did more because of the flow. There just is wind going, so obviously there'd be more strands separating. This one has more. But if you're like mostly still, then I would say don't do too many. Yeah. It can look really messy, which is why I say limit yourself just a bit. Limit yourself. Hi, Lex. How you doing? Another applicable thing. Store. There's one thing I forgot to teach you guys, and it's very, very important. Okay? How to draw my tiara. That's one say importante. I don't think I have enough space. Okay. So, midline here. There has to be another one here, and then the edge. I don't have enough space. Yeah, I don't have enough space to draw it, but I will try. It'll get cut off, but that's okay. Okay. There's like a border to it, which I must respect. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So, every curve down here, every bit that goes down there has to connect with the border that I create. So that is why I do this first. So I make this line, right? And then underneath it, I'll make the line that connects them. Like that. And then erase the edges, because they are meant to be one big piece. right? Now, all that's missing is the top ones. So what I did was I found the middle, right? And once you find the middle, you can separate it in half. But the thing is, it's a curved thing. So you start from here, and then you find the midpoint, which is probably somewhere around here. You have to tilt it diagonally. You can't just like make it a straight line. Same for this one. You tilt it diagonally a little bit. And that's how you find those. They're not completely... They like fan out like a circle. You know? Think of big circle. And then once you have those... pinpoint, right? This has to be a bit higher. But the reason why I didn't make it all the way up here where it's meant to be is because we need space to create the entire thing. Because it's not like a line. It is made of stuff. So then I can erase the stuff on the inside. Like that. And you know what though? This is not connecting. Hold on. Triggered. Got triggered. This has to connect. It has to touch this line. And the reason why I say it has to touch this line is because they're connected. So you have to erase this bit. And if you want it to like look a little more put together, not so messy, draw triangles. You draw triangles in it. But they have to be curved. Like, as in, do them like that, and that, and that. I'm exaggerating it a lot. Exaggerating so much, but... that is how I would do it. If you want to do it, like, in a less... I have to think about math way. There's another way. Is curve, and then draw the triangles first. This might not be the most accurate thing, but it'll give you the starting point. And then you can draw around it. You just have to make sure everything connects to each other. And it doesn't look as nice, in my opinion. It doesn't look as, what's the word? Like, doesn't look as perfect and pretty. But it'll get the job done. You know, if all you want is to draw the crown, it'll get the job done. I just think it looks better the other way. And, if you've seen me write my signature before, it goes like... that. There's a part where I draw my crown. It goes like... down this way first, up to the side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, down, and then a thing that connects the bottom bit together. That's how I do it. But I do it really messy, because I'm always quick about it, so... that's how I do it. That is my signature. You all can follow along. If you want to do the fancy way, though, if you want to do all the little things to act as if you were signing my signature, make the bottom M really tiny. And then the next one really big. So like that. And then you leave a bunch of space in the middle here. And then you write the echo. And then from there, you draw 1, 2, 3. Wait, no, it's a little bit too wide. 1, 2. So it's supposed to look like a wing. Okay, it's supposed to look like a wing. I connect these, but it's supposed to look like a wing. And then... diamond. Big diamond, small diamond. Okay? You have to do it that way. Look at my emblem on my chest and you'll realize why. Big one, small one. Okay? And then on top of it right here is where I draw the Mino. Okay? There's the Mino. And then, because this is a slant, right? I kind of follow that. My eye kind of creates a line to be like, okay, this is where it goes. Like somewhere around here. And then boop, 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 you know? It can be very, very messy on the side, but I'd like to do this all within one stroke if possible. That is how you forge the Mino Mieko signature. You're welcome. Respectfully, yes. Yes. Dual-sided hair clip? Kind of? It's a tiara, but there's basically two. There's two tiaras. One in front and then one behind. Yeah. Aww. If you were to look at my ponytail from, like, the side... randomly draw ponytail. So, the tiara would be over here and over here. Yeah. It clips... It kinda clips the ponytail. Waffle maker. If only! One day! One day. One day, one day. Is there anything else I need to teach you guys how to draw that I didn't teach you guys how to draw yet? I'm thinking. My cap could kind of... I remember someone said... Was it Sassy that said he wanted me to teach him how to draw a cap? Alright guys, I'm gonna teach you guys how to draw a cap. Semicircle. And then a curve. Semicircle. Done. It ain't that hard, I think. Is it hard? I don't know. Okay, so like... I think what trips people up is to get the part underneath the cap to show. So... Let me draw the cap. Okay. So we want the part underneath the cap to be visible. Oui, see? That means it has to go underneath, right? But it should follow this line. So like that. Okay, this is not a good line. That looks weird. I want to redo it. Here, I think it's better if I just show you something I've already drawn. No, not that one. I think it might have been the actual art then. Right here. There we go. Okay, this is easier to explain. Let me... Red. No. Red shirt. You see this line? That starts all the way over there. You follow it. All the way across. And this line on top somehow ends up being the line that's on the bottom. Ain't that wild? And then the line here, starting from there, it goes down this way, and then it goes underneath. So then that's why this line coming across this way ends up being the line on the bottom. It's basically just following the right lines. That's what I feel like it ends up being. It's hard to do it in such a small scale, but... Like, this is what I was trying to do earlier, but it looks really weird when I do it. So that's the underbit of the cap. That is obviously meant to be much bigger, but... That's the gist of it. You'd have to curve this way more, but... Yeah! I hope you get the idea. It's weird. Caps are weird. I do have another cap that faces backwards that I haven't used on stream yet. But that can be saved for another day. Yeah, it's the angle. And there's actually like a 3D thing for that. I know there's a website. So, some place. I forgot which store. But they're known for their hats. And you can have the hat shown in a 3D image thing. Yeah. It's kind of like t-shirts. Before you buy them, you can see them in 3D space or some shit. I thought that was pretty cool. Okay. Is that the last thing? I don't want to teach you guys how to draw ears today. That's too much. No, I think that's it. I think that's it, guys. I have taught you everything that you need to draw the Mino Mieko. I think learning how to draw a Tenchi has already been done. So I won't teach you how to draw a Tenchi. But you learn how to draw the stars. You learn how to draw the 3D choker, the wings. I taught you the crown, tiara thing. I taught you how to draw eyes. The shorts. I taught you how to do the belt, which is probably the hardest part, is the belt. Bubble tea important. How the hair is separated. My strands, which is from the current outfit. Ruffles are always nice to know how to do. I don't think I have any ribbons, except for the ones on my chest. In the new outfit, I believe there's only one ribbon. A little bit about hands. The trick with hands is draw the parallelogram, and then wherever you want your fingers to go. You know? And this is your palm, basically. And you can obviously manipulate this. So when I drew... Let me think. When I drew the fingies, right? To open up in the new outfit, I knew my palm would be like this. Like my fingers would spread out a little more. You know what I mean? I just knew how they would work. And if I'm holding a drink, for example, the palm would face upward like that. The fingers would probably curve around like this. You know, that's brain is thinking. That's how you do it. Is you start with the parallelogram. 'Cause that's your palm. I don't know how to spell palm. Palm. Here. Okay. We did good today. It's been 3.5 hours almost of drawing. Any questions while I finish up this art? I want to doodle this. I don't know. I want to finish it. What am I doing now? Oh, skin. I also really like this anime brush pack. It's so nice. So fucking nice. Good work today, though. Thank you. Oh, quick question. Do you guys think the lighting for this one should go, like, this way or this way? Because if the light shows this way, my face is going to be really dark. If the light shows this way, this side's going to be dark. So... I don't know. I don't know. What do I do? From the right? Okay. You say so. I don't normally let people have a say in my art, but... I don't know, today's a day where I'm feeling a little generous. I don't know, I hate when people tell me what to do with my art. And I know it comes from a place of, like, constructive criticism and stuff, but I'm like, man... Sometimes I get a little, like, shut up! Only when I'm, like, really, really into it, though. Also, I always do the blending first. Like, I always do the blendy stuff first. 'Cause that way, I prevent myself from blending more when I'm done. Cause like I know I shouldn't blend past this point. I blend whatever I can in the beginning. The sharp shadows are very, very scary to commit to. Suns? Ah, no. I like it from the front then. Okay. Yeah, real. Light on my face. Hi, Galaxy. Hi, Bugs Cat. Hello. How are you? Okay, I guess I'm not giving myself much cleavage. That's fine. I don't need to give myself cleavage. That's not necessary. Maybe too much. Shading skin is super easy for me now, I think. I got good at it. Well, it depends on how much skin is showing, I think. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't color the hair yet. Look. This is supposed to be darker. There we go. Ta-da! Okay. That's one level of shading. Second level of shading. Go! There, it's just dark. Blend it a bit. I don't like using this too much, but that is how it be. I know there's like my wrist thing here, so I'm gonna leave a little bit of that. Yeah. And my elbows down there. I didn't do my hands yet. That's okay. For later. Ta-da! Easy! Okay, skin done. Oh, hi, Rainbow! Okay, and then the darkest one. I would put it here. Here. I sometimes don't really know how much contrast I want to do with the shading. Sometimes too much doesn't look very good either. But you eventually figure out your personal preferences. I used to hate drawing with pens that are like square. You know, I used to really hate it, but it kind of grew on me. I don't know why, but it grew on me. Okay. Yay! Nice. Hard shadows are so hard to commit to. Okay. How close to this is finished? I'm like 30% done. I'm very far away from being done, unfortunately. These kind of art pieces take a very long time. Let me... The darkest parts gotta be here. And then blur it. There we go. Yeah. Okay. That means if the light's coming from the right, the dark parts have to be over here. I'll have to figure out where it starts and where it ends. But probably over like that? Yeah. The whole point of this part being messy is so I just have an idea of how much shading I want to do. And then I can finesse it. Yeah. Probably something like that. Or where the dark and the lights are. Yeah. And over here. Should have this a little bit down there. Yeah. Add some parts down there later. Around my face. Maybe so. Yeah. That's pretty good. Alright, I know where things are supposed to be. That's the whole point of this. And then I can make it look fancy later. Cool! Alright, that's as far as I'm gonna do today. I don't wanna do anymore. I'm tired. Too much drawing! I'm just tired. I don't want to draw anymore. That's how much drawing I get done in a day. That's it. That's it. I can draw so many tiny things, but it's very hard to do an actual illustration sometimes. I just have no motivation for it on some days. And it's why I wanted to, like, do one stream of just drawing little things. Not big illustration stuff. Yeah. I hope it works out. I've got many illustrations to work on. I hide them in little folders behind folders that you never see. But I have illustrations that I need to work on. I hope it works out. I pray. I hope. I cross my fingers. I just want my new outfit debut to go well. You know? I want to wear all of the new shit. I want to use all of my new shit. Because it's just been sitting there. And I've been waiting for it to come back. Or not come back, but waiting for it to, like, be of use. You know? Yeah. Well. So today's stream was very productive. I'm very proud of us today. I'm very proud. We did good job. I am very tired. I have things to do tonight. Friends want to hang out again. I'm normieing real hard this month, man. A lot of things I gotta do. Tonight. I have to work on my commissions tonight, too. What else do I have to do? Should probably just rest my neck. I've been looking down a lot, so the back of my neck hurts, kinda. Not so easy on the wallet, yeah. I haven't actually been spending that much money by going out. Been saving. Yeah, I'm gonna finish my food. The end stream, finish my food. And then vibe. So I won't stream this weekend, which means I'm gonna miss you guys. But yeah, no streaming this weekend. I think next week's schedule should be fairly normal. I don't have any plans at the moment. So, unless someone asks me to go out next week, it's the normal schedule. I might be very tired, this weekend. So I might take Monday off, just maybe. I don't know. I'll see. Thank you! I'm glad it was informative, Dom. The thing is, like, I I know how to draw small thing. Draw big thing is very hard to explain, but I can break down small thing. So I don't think I'm the best at explaining what it is that goes through my head sometimes. But I hope it with the visuals it helps. You know? Yeah. I think the next time I do an art stream tutorial that was very scuffed, the next time I do something like this, it'll probably be more so on the shading and coloring of stuff, like how to color things, um, or like line art, because I think a lot of people ask me how I do my line art. Like I can do it, and you guys can watch me do it, but if I don't explain what I'm doing, I feel like people don't really get it. Yeah, thanks. Wait, it's a long time no see. Hope you have been well. But yeah, there's a VOD for you to watch. If you'd like. Plus, I think I explained things fairly quickly, so you should probably pause the VOD while going through it. So you don't miss things or what I'm trying to explain. Yeah. Shapes help. Wee. Yeah, I am doing good. I'm gonna go take a shower. My head feels really itchy for some reason. My allergies have been acting up so bad. Like, it's really bad. So, I'm gonna go take a shower. My skin is freaking out as well. It feels like shit, to be fully honest. My skin feels terrible. I just dropped my Apple Pencil. Yeah, my skin feels terrible. It got worse, for sure. But I will take my shower. I will try to relax. I will try and enjoy the rest of my day. And I do have what's it called? I have things to post later. Yeah. I also need to chase down the person I commissioned for my trailer to see if it can be posted either today, not today, sorry, tomorrow or Sunday. Yeah, I gotta chase him down. Be like, give me my trailer. But they're really good with deadlines, so it's okay. Alright, I will go now. It's been 3.5 hours, Jesus. Or 2.5 hours, sorry. Has it been 2.5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 2, 3. Has it been 3? I think it's been 3.5 hours now. Yeah. 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 I'm sleepy. You're welcome. I hope you learned something. You know, I just hope that you learned something from my stream today. Yeah. As long as you took away something, then I'm happy. At least one thing. Okay. I will go now. 今日来てくれてありがとう。もう見えないね。Bye bye. Bye bye. I'm too tired to pick someone to raid, so we're just gonna end stream today. Yeah. Alright, I go! Bye bye! Bye bye! Bye bye! I'll see you in Discord. Bye bye!